Hey everybody, it's so exciting. Happy 2024. And as you can see, we're back with Show and Tell Saturdays with Jen. So I'm so excited. Snaps, yay. I'm so excited to be back doing my Show and Tell Saturday series. It is my favorite time to share with all of you what I've been working on and new collections and new design ideas I've been coming up with. And so I'm so glad to be in 2024. Welcome. Happy 2024 and welcome into 2024, everybody. So I hope you guys have been enjoying this series the last couple of months. I've only been on YouTube a couple of months, but I started this pretty quickly out of the gate, and it's just something that I really love, and I really thoroughly enjoy it, you guys. So I really hope you guys enjoy me sharing with you, and I so enjoy your feedback, and I just love the connection to share with you guys what I'm working on and I'm designing and just all the new collections I'm coming up with. So welcome to Show and Tell Saturdays, the first episode of 2020. And what I love so much about this particular collection is it's really going to go into the summer. Some of these pieces will absolutely go into the summer with all these gorgeous blues. So you guys, let's jump into it. So welcome aboard, everybody. And if you're new to my channel, welcome into my world. And for all my returning subscribers, I'm so grateful and blessed and happy to have you all back with me. So let's jump into it. You guys, this collection was nuts. These beads, again, I can't even really say anything impartial because I'm not. Blue is bar none my favorite color right next to purple. But blue has been my favorite color since I was a little girl. And so I had so much fun. And so I did some different things that I hadn't done before in a couple of more in terms of the previous collections of the bead boxes. So I've done a bunch of different stuff, and I'm excited to show you guys some of the new things that I've come up with and had fun in this box. So let's go over here to what I think is my standout piece, and it is my take on a lariat. And so I obviously, put in the snowflakes here. Obviously that's not going into summer, but this gorgeous 4mm surgical stainless steel chain. This is twisted oval chain, and this was really, this was not cheap. So this is never going to tarnish, and I thought, what a more beautiful design than to put a lariat style together with this beautiful stainless steel chain that is never going to tarnish. And then I put the dangles on the bottom. So this to me is my standout piece. I have not done a lariat in a while, to tell you the truth. And so I'm so in love with this piece. It turned out just beautiful with those agate crackle beads, the snowflake connectors, and then I think these are the London blue. Let me pull this right up for you and show you. I did some beautiful dangles on the bottom. I did put a couple of crystals down in here. So we've got our dangles on the bottom, and then of course, look at how this picks up, this chain, picks up. Even the beads themselves are shiny and beautiful. And I do, of course, use some wire guardians, but this is probably somewhere around a 25 plus, maybe it's 20 to 30. But that's a nice lariat, and it's, again, one of my standout pieces, I believe it's my favorite. So, snaps for me. Let me tell you guys something. We have to be our biggest cheerleader. We have to give ourselves grace and glory. And we have to remind ourselves that, when we do something that we're really happy, that makes us feel good and happy, we have to give ourselves snaps. So I'm just saying snaps to me, to each their own taste, but I think I did an amazing job on this necklace. I think it's absolutely stunning. I think it is gorgeous. It will go with so many outfits, even like weekend wear with denim. It'll go with a blazer. I'm in love with this. So that is my favorite piece. my lariat. Let's jump over here, you guys, to my second favorite in the full collection, which are, of course, my take on the crystal beads that we got. So I did these two pieces. They are totally two separate necklaces, but as you can see, I intentionally designed them to go together. And I used on one some, I'll take this down. This is a true choker. This is a 15 inch. This one's 15 inch, and I'll pull it right up. So that was the way I designed this one. And then I did some darling little wire wrapping. I'll pull that up for you guys on this crystal bead that we got. And so I did an intentional, like, big, thick, sloppy wire wrap here, but it looks so cool. And then I did that split technique. And then I added some beautiful 4mm oval curb chain, used their clasp. But that is a true choker. So that one's only 15 inches. And design, and I love the way that wire wrap turned out on that. Oh my gosh. And then on the other one, I used the Coriana beading chain. So the Coriana chain, beading chain, and then I put it together with some clamshells here up at the bottom. I used the clasp they gave us, and I just did a very minimalist, is what I feel. Minimalist, simplistic design on that one. And I did pull in some of my sky blue bicones on these pieces. I believe it complements it well. But what I love about this is that it is such a beautiful contrast with the beading chain, and then this curb chain. It's because it's a choker, it's really just going to sit at the back of the neck. And I think that those go so well together. So I'll pull them up here for you so you can get a nice look. That's a nice good close up there. And I think that turned out beautiful. So it's my second favorite, my take on the crystals, but I love these, and I'm hoping that somebody else will see this together and realize that these are just absolutely beautiful to layer together. But of course they can obviously be worn separate. So that is my, I'm shaking and moving and shaking everything around here. So that is my second favorite. And then to go with the crystal set, I did make one pair of precious little earrings. And again, my take on a minimalist. So I did go ahead and just put them on the Coriana beading chain. And then I put a little crimp bead at the bottom and just simply fed on these crystal beads on some surgical stainless steel kidney ear wires. And, you know, obviously those just coordinate beautifully. So cute little earrings that are gonna coordinate well with that. And then the 3 bracelets I put together to go with the crystals. So these 2 are stretch. And again, I incorporated my sky blue bicones with the clear crystal bicones that they gave us, and then some of the spacer beads. And on this one, I have just the one focal crystal, but it's so cute and so darling. And then this one is just the clear crystals all the way around with a couple of silver spacers and the sky blue. But when you put them together, I mean, they're just so darling. Look how darling those are together. And they just, you know, either one or both will go. So this entire crystal set is designed to mix, match, and stack and coordinate together. So there's the 2 stretch bracelets, and then the 3rd bracelet I did turned out really precious. Again, I believe it's minimalist, but it just carries back here on both of them well. So the Coriana beading chain coordinates with the bottom piece, and then of course the clear and sky blue crystals, they coordinate to both. And I used the toggle that they gave us, of course some clamshells to add that. And so there is our Coriana beading chain bracelet that goes with this set. So precious. I mean, it's just so absolutely dainty And I mean, just look at how dainty and darling that is. I love this bracelet. Okay, so that's my take on the crystals. Now, getting over here to these bigger beads, I can't remember I don't know what, I can't remember what they're called. But anyway, doesn't matter. I really struggled with these only because there was so much I wanted to do with them. And I thought, we've got so much silver, let me just kind of make something totally different. And so I decided, because these beads are so beautiful, but if you got the beads, you know that there are swirls of a brown shade, and they almost have a greenish blue tinge. And I felt like these kind of needed to stand alone away from the rest of the beads. It was just the way I chose to put my selection together, because they feel very almost summery to me as well. I think they'll go into the spring, the summer, and the fall because of the greenish blue of these beads. So I just made this beautiful bracelet. I think it's beautiful. And so I put some Toho little gold spacers, and I used my own gold bead caps, and I put them in the same design all the way around. And then to match the bead caps, I have this beautiful toggle, this gorgeous toggle. It's a beautiful flower toggle, and I think that carries this bracelet well, if I'm being honest. I think that toggle carries this bracelet with the way the bead caps go. And so that's my take on the bracelet. And to match the bracelet, I made the coordinating earrings. And so I used every single bead. I think I have maybe one left. And then I made the coordinating earrings on the nickel and lead free ear wires, just the kidney ear wires. And then I did the same exact thing. I used the bead caps on the top, and then on the bottom, the bead caps, and then 2 spacers. Little tiny 3 links worth of chain in the middle there. But those, if you want a bracelet and a pair of earrings for the summer, or now, or I believe this is kind of seasonless, I think that's really like a statement as well. It's like a nice chunky statement piece. So again, that's something new that I hadn't done with some of the recent collections of the Bargain Bead Box. I hadn't really done a statement piece, but that, in my opinion, is definitely a statement. So we've got our lariat. We talked about crystals. We've got that. Now, let me, the other pair of earrings I made were these to go with the icicle drops that are just so precious, right? And so I did a double strand chain. Okay, let me pull that way up for you so you can see it there. Okay, and so I just took, this is the chain that they gave us, a rope toggle that I had in my stash, and I did my version of a double strand, and I think it's kind of cool. I think it looks kind of cool because it's kind of minimalist, it's kind of understated, and then the earrings are really cool. So I just duplicated the exact design for the earrings, and I put a little piece of the chain, again on some standard kidney ear wires, put a tiny piece of the chain, and then I put the teardrop on some beading wire and made a little circle out of those little 3mm beads that we got. And so I think that's kind of a fun earring necklace set. And I do have plenty of these left, the teardrop icicles that we got. I call them teardrop icicles because that's what they look like. I do actually have plenty of them left, but I was done with my collection. I was happy with it. So we'll see. I just, put some in my stash, what I'll come up with and a future date for those, because those, I feel like they can almost carry over into Mother's Day and, springtime, these AB finished teardrop beads. So anyway, so I've got some of those, plenty of those left. Nothing left on anything else, though. I used everything else up. Let's jump over here to this. So this pendant, let me push this over here. So I believe like the pendant, the fan pendant I used, on this necklace, the lariat, and then this down here, which will be last that we look at. Also, some of my favorites. All of this can kind of mix and match. So you could even wear this with this lariat as well. As you can see, this is just like gonna go together all day long. It's gorgeous. So this is really cool. I put some of my own surgical stainless steel curved twisted chain. I put a really cool, because I felt like it kind of went with the theme. It kind of looks like, it's like a swirl, this really cool connector. And so what I did, and then I put a dangle on the back and used a standard lobster clasp. And there's my cute little dangle in the back. So that'll hang in the back of the neck, really cute. And I think that's an 18-inch. But what I love about this is it almost also looks summery to me. So this one, that's why I decided to put this cool connector on. I didn't add any of the silver snowflakes or that, and I just did the fan pendant because I feel like this will carry almost like an ocean kind of look, and that's why I chose that particular link connector. You can wear it on either side, left or right, but that also, you know, not only will it go with that lariat, it'll also go beautifully by itself in the summertime. And it kind of, like I said, kind of reminds me of the ocean with that fan pendant. I think that turned out really, really pretty. And then to coordinate with this necklace, so there's your close-up look on that. Turned out really pretty. That's really darling. I really like that. And to coordinate with that, I have just one stretch bracelet that I made, but that's fine. He's pretty all by himself. Anyway, he will go with the lariat, and he will go over here with the fan pendant. He'll go with either one. So that one will certainly mix and match. And then this one, you know, again, almost will go with also the lariat, but I did design it to go directly with this necklace. So here's my take using that insane laser cut triple snowflake connector that we got. You guys, I was like nuts over this. And I think I did do a video on this one. This was the very first thing I did. When I saw this, it inspired me to start putting my collection together. I mean, you guys, that link connector is absolutely stunning. It is so unique and absolutely beautiful. And so what I did here is, of course, I added the agate beads, and that, I don't know what that is, the frosted aqua, and then the crackle. And there's a couple of the London blue beads there. And then what I did was I did put a couple of snowflake, the snowflake connectors in there. So that carries back, but each side I did obviously independently and connected the link in between. I've got some bead caps in there, and then in the ends, I did some darling little dangles. As you can see, I put a little bit of chain. I put a little bit of chain at the end with the wire guardian, and then on the wire guardian I've got two connectors, and then added the clasp, and I did the same thing over here, but I put 4 different little dangles. So this one has a little bit of chain, same thing, and then the white and the tiny little blue bead. So anyway, I think that turned out really, really beautiful. And I mean, it's just, you know, on the wrist, you guys, it's just absolutely so stunning. This is really beautiful, and the dangles on the bottom, it just gives it a little elevation. So that, it really, honestly, it will go with the lariat because it does have the snowflake beads in the lariat. You know, it'll definitely carry over there. So there's my snowflake link connector bracelet. And then my final piece is the rest of the agate beads. And I used some of my own little chain here. This is 3mm oval flat curb chain. I put a lobster clasp on the back. And then what I did here was I did kind of like an asymmetrical, can you tell? So you see how each side is like it's flipped in reverse. So the blue and then the white, and then we start with the blue and end with the white. So I just literally flipped the design, and that I think looks super duper cool. And then at the bottom here, I used those snowflake connectors, the snowflake cutout connectors that we had. So it's again like 2 independent piece strands that I strung, connected, and then I did a little bit of wire wrapping down here. Again, I did a messy wire wrap loop to add the little connectors with some craft wire. I put a spacer on the bottom there. And that looks kind of cool. I think that looks really, really cool, to be honest with you. I think that looks really cool. It's totally different. I haven't done something like that. So that looks like really pretty. And how beautiful, you know, is that with that bracelet? I mean, that set is crazy. So at any rate, you guys, you know, the whole collection came together really nice. I took my time, you know, obviously I've been off of show and tell Saturdays for probably about 3 weeks now, 2, 3 weeks. And so I've spent that amount of time working on it. So I really took my time with this collection. I was very intentional in every piece. You know, although a lot of it does coordinate, especially this stuff over here with all the agate and the London blue beads, but I was a little bit more intentional on this collection, if I'm being honest, you guys, because I really wanted to kind of separate some of the pieces from the falling snowflake per se. Because I thought, you know, gosh, you know, winter will be over, you know, I'm in California before you know it. I don't want these beads, you know, just sitting around. You know, I want some of this to be able to carry into the coming season, which is hence I did, you know, the fan pendant, and then I eliminated the snowflake. So this, talking about the snowflake connectors, I have a lot of it left. I actually only used the snowflakes in 1, 2, 3 pieces. I did not use the snowflakes in anything else. So that's my take on it, and I hope you guys are inspired and enjoyed, and I hope you guys give me a thumbs up approval that you like my falling snowflake collection that I have designed. All of this, as per usual, is in fact up on my Etsy store. I'll put a link in the box below if you're interested in purchasing any of these items. They are on my store, and I don't know for how long. I just put everything up yesterday, though. I have a feeling this stuff might go quickly because it really is so beautiful. These blues are crazy. But at any rate, if you guys are interested, I'll put a link in the description for my store. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Welcome back to Show and Tell Saturdays. It's so great to talk to you guys again and have a little bit of fun and chill out on a chilly, I've got, I don't know if you guys can see here, I've got my scarf around me on a chilly Saturday afternoon, and enjoyed. So we will see you in the coming days, and I can't wait to see you guys next Saturday for next show and tell, and we'll see what I got brewing up here. Okay, my lovies, until next time, be blessed.